Game on, everybody! Hi Pew Pew against Team ZENON. The grand final of the Mythical Championship here in Division 1, the end of season tournament of Heroes Lounge.gg. And on the left side, Hi Pew Pew in blue on Tomb of the Spider Queen with MXD on Ana, Swamkarota on Zul, Halcyon on Tyrael. We have Rico on Sylvanas and Blank on Deathwing. And over to the right side of the map, Deathwing on ETC for Team ZENON, X-Ray on Deckard Cain, Dino on Blaze, Ultralisk on Kerrigan, and Kelvin with Exterminator as his level 1 talent on Jim Rayner. Yeah, apparently we're gonna see Ultralisk channel his inner Nick, trying to carry with Kerrigan today a little bit, putting the backpack on, you know, get the action going. Interesting part is that Hi Pew Pew actually got Zul, so that's something you don't see all that often these days, since Zul is pretty much a super powerhouse after his rework. Probably gonna be hit with the nerf hammer by Blizzard in the next patch, but for now he is reigning supreme in a lot of these cases, and he will be a huge force when it comes to wave clear in map number 1 of this best of 5. This is the grand final, as I already said, so whoever takes this series crowns themselves the champion of Division 1. And that will also conclude our little run through the amateur scene. We've cast the Division 7, 6, 4, 5, 3, 2, and 1 after this. All of the amateur scenes, and if you yourself, of course, want to play and want to join one of the teams, then you can check that out, heroeslaunch.gg. Link usually also in the description. But yeah, let's have a look and see who is able to win game number 1 in this best of 5. Down to the bottom of the map. By the way, they got Deathwing and Zul, so they got both. So they got pretty much everything here. This is like, well, I guess they didn't get the Butcher, because we've seen some performances already now from Blank on Butcher, and that was pretty awesome. But yeah, in this game, not happening. A lot of slicing and dicing though, a lot of fire being breathed down the opponent's throat, and well, over here, our ETC and Kerrigan set up, by the way, with a lot of CC. So the CC is actually insane. If you look at the red team, they have ETC for the power slide, they have the jet propulsion for Blaze, they have the follow-up from Deckard Cain and Kerrigan. So if you get hit by that CC train, then you are going to be in trouble. And Ana not having an early game reliable cleanse is going to have some trouble keeping all those boys alive. Of course, Tyrael comes in with a shield and can later on drop the Sanctification, but those have to be on point or they are going to run in trouble. Here comes Deathwing, already getting attacked a little bit. He's not going to be impressed by any of these stuns though, that's at least something. Level 4 abilities are in, teams are now playing mainly around those bruiser camps. ETC is getting a little bit attacked up at the top, not too much here. Down at the bottom, it's our 1 versus 1 setup. Over here, MXD is already attempting to set maybe a kill or at least some damage up by shooting those sleeping darts out and getting them connected. They want to go for Ana, and yeah, change their opinion pretty quickly as that gank gets found out. But there are the stuns, and that's the CC chain that I've been talking about, and Swamkarota is dead. Nicely done. Took quite some time to take Zul down, but that was well played. And this is exactly the combo that I was highlighting earlier. You go from the power slide into the jet propulsion, the old man says, stay a while and listen. And then Kerrigan comes in for the kill with Jimmy just from the backline getting his attack in. So, yeah. That's exactly what we're seeing here. Now, again, just also to note, a lot of these guys have obviously also played in some of the Division S teams, or have at least subbed in a little bit. And before anybody asks, yes, this is actually allowed. So Division S is completely outside of Heroes Lounge, and therefore not a problem at all if you want to participate in both a little bit, which very few do, but for the ones that are jumping in here, that is definitely not a problem. 24 stacks for Sylvanas with the Unfurling Shadows on level 1. Only 1 kill so far in this game. Has cost the blue team a couple of gems though, so Hi Pew Pew is slightly behind Team ZENON when it comes to the gem count. 26 and 15 have been turned in by the two teams respectively. And still, of course, the attempt to go for the first Web Weaver on this first map of the best of 5. And up top side, everybody is already starting to make their jump in. And Kerrigan is especially starting to slow this out a bit. That's going to be an interrupt for sure. Down at the bottom of the map, Deathwing, he's turning in. Okay, that's 21 delivered. Both teams have by now enough to get the first Webby wave if they can deliver all the gems. Halcyon on Tyrael holds 14. And over here, it's the Bone Prison. But ETC is around. Again, ETC will be one of the heroes that has to deal with all of this. As a lockdown attempt doesn't quite work out. Karrigan is missing the combo. They're trying to go for the body block, though. And Svampgrotta was in some trouble, but they turn it against Death Knight, and he gets wrecked. The old man comes to get a few of those gems. Karrigan falls too. That's a double kill. Team ZENON all of a sudden behind. Level 7 abilities for both teams, but with 2 heroes dead on the red team side, that's a turn-in opportunity that High Pew Pew is not going to miss out on. First Web Weaver wave for the blue team. Nicely done. Yeah, so now with the blue Web Weavers coming down, that's an opportunity to get slightly ahead, get a bit of momentum for the team. Gonna try and pull that off. By the way, quickly going over Deathwing's build here. Draconic Might as the level 1 talent, going into Infernus, and then, as usual on the European scene, Skyfall as the level 7 talent. Okay, Web Weavers on all lanes. Jimmy is, of course, going to deal with the top lane pretty quickly, since this Exterminator is pretty much made for a situation like that. Zul is currently attempting to interrupt him a bit, but you can already tell he's just murdering that bastard. That spider is dead. Jimmy always was an arachnophobe, so he just shows no mercy over here. Talking about no mercy, the old man with the big seal. Yeah, they wanted to go for X-Ray, but he is currently fighting back against it. Jimmy is coming in, so does Blaze. Both of them are now jumping in onto this. So we have the Marine and the Fire Bat working in tandem here to try and get the Web Weaver taken down, but the fort is eliminated, and that's actually a big lead now for High Pew Pew. Great lead that they took in structures. They have also a small experience advantage, but it's not really a huge one, so it's not really anything crazy. They won't be able to get that level 10 and then the second turn in that you oftentimes try to get, so they gotta be careful about this a bit. But for now, with level 7 talents in and level 10 nearly done, we still have 2 kills against 1. The old man, the target once again. Yeah, Deckard Cain didn't get so much attention ever since he was a young guy. Here comes the kill against Sylvanas though. She's dead, alright. Gems get collected. Trying to save as much as they can here, but they still have to move away. Level 10 now in the hands of the red team. And now maybe an opportunity to get a Web Weaver turn in for themselves too. Top side, Karrigan is already turning in, push the lane out. That's going to be some experience point lost at least to the blue team. And down here the turn is nearly done too. Another 3 are missing, and Dainu can definitely deliver on that. But now both teams have the level 10 abilities, which gives us, as expected, Sanctification. We also have the Nano Boost. And here come the Web Weavers. And they're already getting a bit damage in at the bottom. They have a Siege Giant, so that's going to be a big push. There needs to be a reaction from of High Pew Pew. They need to come down here and help out. And the Skeletal Mages for Zul. Alright, there's already... They always go for Dino here. I mean, the old man is getting harassed the entire time. No respect for the elderly over here. They still try to go for the attack. Top side is going to get pushed. Karrigan is helping out the mid lane a bit too. But down here, the Web Weavers might have fallen. But, oh, actually, no, sorry. Was hiding behind the Siege Giant. One Siege Giant has fallen, but that's all there is to it. So they abandon, apparently, the fort and instead are trying to make the play for Karrigan, I suppose. There's the Sleeping Dart, there's the Bone Prison, and bye-bye, Ultralis. Wah, wah. Yeah, bottom fort still gets destroyed. The kill against Karrigan is nice, but they won't be able to save all those structures. Top wall has fallen. In the middle of the map, we've seen exactly the same thing happen. Bottom fort, of course, eliminated. And now with level 10 on their hands, 12,000 damage for Jimmy. Yeah, it's Bitbag Dragon, on the other hand, that has the top numbers in this game. 17,000 on the damage count. 16,000 for Zul. Still kind of crazy that they got both of these heroes during the draft. So Team ZENON just looked at this like, nope, we go full on CC and we're just gonna murder them. Zul can't do anything if you just stun him out the entire time. And that seems to be pretty much the game plan. I mean, on level 7, the Harvest Vitality. But again, for that to actually do something, you have to attack. And, well, got newsflash here, a little bit of a PSA. You can't attack if you're stunned. Talking about stunned, Zul might have a problem now. Ah, party time! And he moved right into it. That was a perfect mosh pit, and that is a badass combo. And that's 20 gems now lost. Yeah, Jiril is thinking about it, dude. You can't jump on that. You're gonna die within a second if you try. Zul, I always knew that he had a rhythm. Did you see those hips swing? Sylvanas comes into stay a while, get wrecked. But yeah, Tyrael gets actually away. Okay, didn't want to stay a while apparently. Nope, apparently he had other plans, needed to go and do shit somewhere else on the map. But talking about somewhere else on the map, well, we still have blank at the bottom. We all of a sudden have the red team rushing towards the top side, trying to go for the boss and grabbing this pretty quickly. That one gets knocked down within seconds. 13 talents, of course, give them another lead. Yeah, there's the 13 as well. Sort of justice, and the timing just a little bit off. I mean, Sylvanas wasn't here anyway, so they didn't want to take that fight one way or another. Now 30 gems get delivered, and that is, as you can imagine, another web weaver wave. They're already moving down to the bottom here. Going for the attack, the slide, the stun. Uh-oh, bunker. Bunker. Death Knight is able to survive, at least for now, but for much longer. There comes Deathwing. Hyperion is getting used to. Ultralisk. Well, the Ultralisk is down. Ultralisk is still alive, but for how much longer, that's the other question. And he gets wrecked. Kerrigan gets murdered. Okay. Blaze is dead too. Top Fort has been eliminated though, and the boss is already pushing for the wall at the keep. Bottom web weaver, well, not really doing a whole lot, but at least there's not going to be a counter push now with 2 heroes dead on the red team side. And there we go. But yeah, again, 14 versus 14, 5 kills against 5. There's a slight lead now in structures that we see for Team ZENON. They're likely going to get the last remaining fort destroyed too, which is going to be pretty neat for them, since they will have much more control over the turn-in points, since they are the only ones holding those, yeah, those fountains anymore. Everybody's just like pinging the fort. Nobody attacked it initially though. The old man comes in and tells a story and bores everybody to death. But Death Knight, clutch, my friend. Barely getting out. Now, of course, they can still try and take that fort in the middle, especially since we have the aggression down here. Riku is trying to deal with that. Over up to the top. Party time! And the kill against Tyrael. Tyrael down, and Zul is gonna follow, and that's quite a few gems lost. They still have 28, and that's plenty to turn in. But of course, with 7 kills against 5, now all of a sudden we are seeing Team ZENON walk away with a small advantage. It could even translate into another turn if they just get enough gems together, which won't be really all that easy, but at least they will get the early level 16 to try and deny another turn into high pew pew. But okay. Camp through the middle. Here comes the push. 2 heroes still dead. That should actually take the wall. And if you can take another fountain down, of course, then you should never pass up on that either. But it might be a little bit dicey. We have Deathwing already getting position here, but the 16 is still not ready for high pew pew. So they gotta be very, very careful with how they're dealing with this now. But Zul is back, so is Tyrael. Deathwing is starting to fly in. Skeletal Mage is on the ground right away. Combo, start against 2. Riku in trouble. Chrysalis being used. And here comes the Molten Flame. Sanctification on the ground. Blaze already with a bunker ready here. Dino trying to get out. Khaldor, and he's dead. Molten Flame just a bit too strong. But the counter kill against Sylvanas. Problem is that Blaze also died. The fight isn't over by any means though. The red team still trying to retreat here. 4 versus 3 against them. Death Knight likely gonna fall now. The old man with another potion, but that's not gonna do anything here. So as it stands, 16 versus 16. 8 kills versus 8. A pretty spicy one for game number 1. Yeah, quite close. There, of course, is still a structural advantage for Team ZENON, but once that the turn-in is completed, I'm pretty sure that that's not going to be a problem anymore. Delays the turn-in so that Blank can start to take the camp at the bottom. Wants to go for the Siege Giants here, of course. Looking at the damage output, we by now have 39,000 for Deathwing, 35k for Sylvanas, despite the 3 deaths that she already suffered. And on the other side, Reyna, as the only range damage dealer for the red team, has taken the lead. Just barely more damage than Blaze and Kerrigan. But okay, now that we have the push set up at the top, bot lane gets defended first, since the Siege Giants are an added element. Top lane is falling. That forward is history, ancient history. So, yeah, they're moving in as a 5-man. The old man is hitting the spider with a stick in the middle of the map. That's all that he's good for. And topside, the fort goes down. So off we go. And down here, well, They're starting to rotate in. Yeah, Deckard Kenny is trailing behind a little bit. I mean, he is going for the social distancing right now. He is in the high-risk group, so he needs to be careful. Gatherings of 10 people are always a bit of a problem. So now the top lane is getting really dangerous for multiple reasons. Spiders are already gone. There's also a dragon involved, but apparently they still try to party here. So they're trying to socialize a little bit more. Not quite sure if that is going to be recommended, but well, we'll find out. There's still one fort in play down at the bottom of the map. 16 talents are ready for both. 2 levels until 20. Then we have the storm talents in. And on the gem count, look at the blue team. 64 gems actually in their arsenal. So if they lock those in, they have another turn in. That earlier chase where a couple of heroes for Team ZENON died also cost them quite a few gems. Death Knight gets locked in and gets wrecked as well. Yeah, that's that. Quite unfortunate. The cow is down once more. They're still trying to get the kill against Ana. Ana gets out. Running away from the Ultralisk here. Talking about running away, there's more that have to run away. Down at the bottom, the turn attempt. Actually nearly successful. Swamgora was in danger for a second. But the red team is starting to really take a beating here. That's not only a kill against ETC, Kerrigan falls too. They are about to take down the last remaining fort on the map. And they're even chasing a little bit further. Riku needs to be careful that he doesn't jump on the wave. We've seen in this tournament already a couple of examples where if you fat finger the button, then all of a sudden you find yourself in 4 or 5 heroes. Hasn't really happened to him here, but still. Okay, 10 versus 8, nearly level 20 now. That's looking good for High Pew Pew. If they can get 20, maybe grab a boss together with it, then they definitely have a chance to take the lead in this game. Team ZENON will have to be a bit more careful once that the Storm talent hits for the opponent's team. And here we have it. So already the Holy Arena. And as you would expect, immediately the rotation towards the top. It's boss time, baby. Level 20 advantages. Blue team even turning in and forcing the red team to react here, which also will allow the bot lane to push even more aggressively. Red team is a little bit early. Even Kerrigan is not here yet. Death Knight, they lock him down again. And a kill. Yeah, he's taking the death part of his name a little bit too serious at this point, I'd say. So, Blue Web Weavers are coming in. And with that, they're having another kill potentially set up. There it is. Jimmy is down. At least a counter kill against Tyrael. That's something. Kerrigan dodges out on the explosion with the Chrysalis. Well done. Yeah, now they have to deal with the Web Weavers at the top, of course. I mean, there's more Web Weavers than only this one marching towards those keeps, but of course, one thing at a time. One problem at a time. Let's be a bit practical about it. Level 20 talents are at least ready for Team ZENON for the defense, but you can see that this keep is a goner. Gets destroyed already. And now, of course, the question, how much further can High Pew Pew go? They don't have Tyrael anymore. If they still had the Holy Arena here, there's a good chance that they would just simply go for core and try to sank it. If they feel they have the damage output for it. But here we go. The defense in the middle. Ultralisk gets attacked for just a second. Gets the stun through though. And yeah, it's not going to be enough. Bottom of the map, they still have defenders too. They are under so much pressure, it's crazy. Team ZENON is really taking a beating over the last 3-4 minutes. ETC is starting to come in. Could also try to go for the mosh pit setup. Bottom keep is about to fall too, and they are losing way too much here. But they get the kill. Sylvanas is down. Oh, that could be a second one. Nice jet propulsion setup. Ana is dead. Okay, all of a sudden we're talking. Yeah, 2 keeps have fallen, and they are trying to be aggressive. They still have an opportunity. They got not quite enough gems, but take away for 2 down, and Bob's your uncle. And yeah, they can also, of course, go for the boss. Even in plain sight right now. And it seems like High Pew Pew is saying, well guys, we're starting to have a bit of a problem here. How about we just backdoor this shit? So they are moving to the bottom of the map, and they're like, hello. But there's only 3 heroes here, and even with Sanctification, I'm not quite sure if he can take that. So Kerrigan is here and says hello, but this is going to become a bit difficult. Yeah, they get the core down slowly, but the Heartstones have already happened. That's the Sanctification, that's an early one. Now they're going to lose all of their gems, of course, if they die here. They have 26 right now. That's a kill against Zul, he's dead. Deathwing tries to run away and gets chased, so does Tyrael. Deathwing might even be able to get out here. No. I'm not 100% certain why Tyrael actually tried to escape. He should have just stayed at the core, and if he dies, he can at least explode on the core and take it down to roughly 58%. That's something. But, of course, now the attack is coming. And we have 63% on the red team's core, and Team ZENON is not going to fuck around here. They're going to try and end this as quickly as they can, because if they don't, they're going to lose the game in a macro battle. 100%. Ah, party time! Instantly interrupted. Sylvanas is apparently German, no fun allowed over here. And she is about to get taken out. And there's the double kill. The whole team wiped off the map, and that's a keep gone. The attack against the core, and I think they're going to make this. Tyrael is going to be back in a second, but that's just not going to be enough. Ladies and gentlemen, we seem to have a winner in game number 1. Team ZENON taking the lead on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Nice back and forth game, 16 kills to 12, and here in this best of 5, the red team takes the victory in game number 1. GG, well played. Game number 2, everybody! Battlefield of Eternity, ladies and gentlemen. The lead for Team ZENON in this grand final at the Mythical Championship. On the left side, we have MXD playing Malfurion. We got Riku on Vala, Blank on Blaze, Slamgrotta on Alarak, and Halcyon on Johanna. On the right side of the map, Team ZENON with the lead in this best of 5. Hit the Mythical Championship with X-Ray on Ana, Kelvin on Greymane, Dainu on Nuburak. We have Death Knight on Tyrael, and Ultralisk is playing Jimmy. Yeah, Jimmy, one of the top picks, of course, now with Exterminator on this map. The arrow build for Vala is going to allow her to get some serious damage out, especially after completing the level 4 quest, which should roughly happen around the 3rd Immortal. But even before that, thanks to her level 1 and the level 7 talent, she's going to have quite the impact here. Yeah, hiding a bit right now, so we have a 2-3 setup for Team ZENON. They have Tyrael at the top side, together with Jimmy, and the rest of the team is currently sitting at the bottom of the map. Actually, Jimmy is here, look at him, he's hiding. Which means that up at the top we have Greymane. Interesting, usually you see Greymane in a setup with Anuburak. But, again, this is a combo. We've been talking about these combos a little bit, and Anuburak plus Greymane makes sense because you can dive on structures. Anuburak spawns the beetles, and then Greymane can attack them in Worgen form. If you also have Tyrael together with that, you actually have a chance to get away, even dropping Sanctification. You have shields too. So this is a setup where you could also play Lucio if you're just trying to play around an opponent and be a little bit aggressive there. At this point, we are already starting to jump in down to the bottom of the map in our little fight. We have our 3 versus 3 setup since top side. This is where Greymane was threatening to take those towers down, and of course they can't have that. Alarak is now rotating down to the bottom of the map. And let's see what's gonna happen here. For now, nothing really too crazy. I mean, it's once again the battle over those camps, and it seems it's gonna be an easy split between them. Bottom camp going over to the blue team. Top side gonna be taken by the red team. Greymane is already on it. And off we go. It's time for... I honestly, every time I'm on this map, I really like this map, by the way. I like Battlefield of Eternity. It's fun to cast. It's usually also very aggressive. But in the early game, you just wanna fast forward a little bit. You know, you wanna go, okay, let's get level 4 in, make sure that we go for the camps and bring the first Immortal out. And that's usually where everything starts to take shape. Top side. 2 versus 2 down here, the 3 versus 3 setup. And Jimmy is so far just fighting around. There's no stacking yet, so nobody really has to overextend unless they see an opportunity. Nobody's going to make a big move here. Now we have the rotation towards the Shaman camp. On the left side, the same thing has happened from Team Hype Pew Pew. Anuburak decided to go into Underking, which means the Subterranean Shield is a likely follow-up on level 7, and then Epicenter as the standard on level 16 is going to complete the Burrow Charge build. But Immortal number 1 is about to spawn. And the quest is now in play for Vala, which is going to make it interesting to see how quickly she can actually get those stacks together, especially after she gets hold of her level 7 talent, the Repeating Arrow. Yeah, over here. It's a trap! And Dino is falling straight for it, but Alarak's combo didn't connect. If Alarak hits the silence there, he's dead. That little phase check, no real consequence. Instead, they're turning it, and they're trying to get Alarak eliminated, and they do. Alarak is down, and yeah, that was actually well done. Started with the Nubarak nearly dying, and it turned quickly to Alarak being eliminated. Oh, Riku barely got away, moved out of the cocktail range too, since Kelvin was moving in to try and secure the kill. Alrighty. Now with not only Greymane, but also Jimmy is of course a little bit more tricky to save that Immortal. Halftime show is already won by Team ZENON. It's a great start for them now. And they're starting to go for another kill. Halcyon is dead, Johanna is down, and the rest of the team is also on the run with Greymane chopping those hit points down. Kelvin needs to be careful. Yeah, there we go. A little bit of a B-step just for good measure. And there's already Jimmy sitting right there doing the damage. And yeah, guys, this is the first Immortal claimed by Team ZENON. It's a big one. It is a really big one here. So this will become difficult. 5 stacks at least for Vala, so there's that. But off we go, down to the bottom. The attack against the Nubra. Careful, Dino. The man is used to a blink that he can use to jump out, but that hasn't happened here. Now with the level 7 talents, we now have the Wizened Duelist. And what? The Leeching Scarabs? Okay, someone's memeing. Someone is definitely memeing. Leeching Scarabs, I mean, that is either him fat-fingering the key or he actually is memeing. That makes 0 sense. Okay, there's the silence. Off we go. And they're starting to take at least the fort. I mean, you should be able to. Don't have everybody down here, though, so they're actually falling back for now. Immortal might still be able to get it after all. Yeah, here we are. Fort is still alive.
It's alive!
Yeah, Blank is also alive. They rotated the top side. Obviously also hoping to take the camp, but they wouldn't have minded taking Blaze down either. Okay. And let's see. Top lane. That camp is going to be taken for sure. Over here. Also, sorry, sitting at the side is like, guys, I can flank. But the team doesn't really want to go for the kill. Okay, so despite the misclick or whatever that was on level 7, we still have Dino all fighting it out at the front, doing his thing here. Ana, of course, just pew-pewing the entire time, but the problem is that Ana's going to be attacked, but the rotation is coming from the top, straight for Malfurion, and he's about to fall. Malfurion is definitely going to die here. It's only a matter of time. The question is simply, can they follow up with the second kill? X-Ray is already a little bit low and has to move out and tap the fountain. But they are now 3 kills ahead and half a level. So they're looking at a very good lead, especially considering that this should give them level 10 around the second objective, and therefore a very solid lead on Immortal number 2. And they're already looking for additional kills. If they can follow up on those engages, that would be fantastic, and indeed that's what they do. The kill against Jojo, the fort is down, and that's a fountain eliminated. And just look at that timing. Immortal is spawning in 22. They can now easily move down here onto the camp, but instead actually deciding, look at this, it's beautiful. So they decide that they're not taking the camp because if they do, this one is going to be taken too late and they're going to lose precious time on the Immortal. This is something that you would not see in an amateur setup. And that's exactly the kind of plays that you sometimes have to make. Just let the camp at the bot lane go, even though they're already realizing we don't have the time. We need to be on this Immortal as quickly as we can. We need to play around the level 10 advantage. So they let the camp go, just say, fuck it, go to the Shaman camp and take that instead. That's exactly what you need to do there. Okay, so for the time being, that's of course a halftime show without any resistance at all. High PPU is not going to fight this. But they would really probably love to go in a defensive position once that the Immortal position switches. But the question is, can they? Because they still don't have level 10. And if the engage happens, then you're in trouble. There's already the nano boost on Jimmy. Full on Inspire, and therefore full on damage on the Immortal. The extra damage kicks in, and that's 100% Immortal. The shield is going to be monstrous. Yeah, Blessed Shield, they're trying to win the fight before that happens. Good follow-up, great follow-up, but the Sanctification! Absolutely perfect from Tyrael. The Jet Propulsion, on the other hand, makes this a little bit more tense than they probably thought it would be. Immortal is moving to the top. Shaman Camp for the blue team is still pushing to the bottom of the map and could even take down the fort if you think about it. Jimmy, therefore, starts to rotate down to take it apart. And up at the top, Yeah, the Immortal is let go for now. It's a full shield. It was a full shield, but it's also very early in the game, so it doesn't quite get as much value yet as they were hoping for. Too easy takedown. Jimmy, by the way, stayed top, and instead it's Tyrell who's dealing with the bottom of the map. Since he doesn't have his ult yet, ult back up either. That's a big one. Oh, Dino. Anna dead. Counter kill. Plays down. And the bug report is in. And the bug has been removed. Nubarak dead. And Greymin also fallen. 1-4-3 trade over here. Rico was close to get the kill against Jimmy on top of it, but did not quite work out. 12 stacks. Fort is gone. So they're fighting back in experience. They're getting their kills slowly in. But they're losing out on structures now. So there's that. Down here to the bottom of the map, Death Knight is already sitting tight. Ultralisk is moving in now too. And off we go. There we have it. Bam. Cam taken. Took them a little bit longer. But yeah, if you count that earlier approach to it. But here we go. Damage output. Greyman on 21,000. Jimmy is sitting at 16k. Doing well so far. And they're already sitting topside right now to go for another camp. So it's not really a big advantage in experience, but if they keep taking those camps, then they will walk away with a level 13 lead. But the blue team is trading. They're trading the camp at the top for the fort at the bottom. That's a trade I'd take any day. So fort is down. The problem is the red team is saying, well, if you go for the fort, we just open up your key. And just simply taking this down is already annoying as hell if your opponent secures... Oh my god. Blessed shield is out. Alright, from behind the gate. They're going for Jimmy. Jimmy! And the jet propulsion connects. But they're still alive. There's a sanctification. The turnaround attempt. Blaze on the bunker. Bunker low. Blank. Sleep. And down. Good sleep dot again from X-Ray. Really well done here. And here we go. That's potentially another follow-up kill. Holy Ground was, used too. And they are pushing with catapults and with cams. Guys, this could be a little bit nasty. They have the level 13 talents. That is, of course, helping. And those beetles that are spawning from Nubarak are also soaking a couple of those tower shots. They're set up with a sleep dart, and Vala is dead. That should be a keep. I mean, that's keep, yes. 13 is now ready also for high pew pew, but Vala is still gone. And they can take this. They can definitely... They take Jojo too. Oh my god. Careful. Alarak. Oh, is it a follow-up? Oh, and he dies. Anna comes in, gets the grenade kill. There's a stun and at least Jimmy finally falls, but it took them long enough. That's 9 kills against 4. A level lead. A keep eliminated. And the Immortal is still up on the map and can now be attacked too. Oh boy, that escalated quickly over there. That turned from, let's see if we can take a tower in the gate to, boys, can we maybe core? But at least they were able to take Jimmy down and stop the onslaught. But Greyman is still there. And Greyman is chunking it down quickly too. So, Jimmy's back in another 5 seconds. Immortal has already taken some serious damage. Top lane is of course pushing. Still very early in the game, so it's not going to be too much of a problem if the catapults come in a little bit closer. Tempered by Discipline from Riku. Okay. Trying to get some additional sustain through the auto attacks. Don't usually see that on Vala. The attack is in. Here comes the stun attempt. And Death Knight is low and gets the sanctification through. Great timing. The kill against Alarak. They can go for Malfurion. And the old geezer is about to fall. Yeah, Malfurion down, and they are looking for more. They're looking for more, and they're gonna get more. There's already the Holy Ground, zoning Jojo out, and that's another kill. And with 2 catapults on the bot lane, why would you even go for the Immortal? You can go straight up for the wall and take that keep down. I mean, this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect for them. It doesn't get any better than that. Take at least the wall down. After that, you can fall back. Let's see if they try to push it a little bit more. With the Nubarak, they honestly could. Jimmy is moving back. He's the only one. They're prepping the bot lane a little bit. If they claim the Immortal, it's obviously going to travel through the bottom of the map. And Jimmy has also won the halftime show for them now. This is just beautiful. It doesn't get any better for Team ZENON at this point. They are now on level 16 against level 14. Talent advantage. 8 kills ahead. It's a great setup for them. They go on the defensive because the Nubarak had to actually Hearthstone and get some mana back, so they're waiting for him. But this is starting to get really tough for High Pew. High Pew needs a team fight. They need a team fight and need to win it. And that against the talent advantage is not going to be easy by any means. And they're moving in aggressively. And Nubarak gets nano boosted. And yes, here we go. Beetles everywhere. Beetlemania. The kills, triple, quad kill. And for now, we have Alarak down, Vala Johanna, and Malfurion all eliminated. And they go for the team wipe. They go up for the team wipe right here. Well, actually, most of the team is going for victory. And we have a bit of a dance party over here instead, and also a bit of a master taunt. While Blank realizes that this game is over, the rest of the red team has this dance, baby, dance, dancing. And the rest of the team is already going for it. So yeah, 2-0 lead in the best of 5 series. The grand final of the Mythical Championship. Team ZENON with a 2-0 lead over Hype Pew Pew after Battlefield of Eternity. Game number 3, everybody! The grand final, the Mythical Championship. High Pew Pew against Team ZENON, and the red team has taken the lead with a 2-0 in this best of 5. On the left side of Sky Temple, Svankorotta on Greymane, MXD on Stukov, Halcyon on Nubarak, Blank on Sonya, and Riku on Sylvanas. On the right side of the map, on the other hand, Death Knight on Tyrael. For those sanctifications, the ones in the last game were definitely absolutely on point. Game deciding, you could say. We got Kelvin on Arthas, Ultralisk on Medivh, and Dainu on Jimmy with X-Ray on Rhaegar. And Ultralisk has already shown a pretty mean Medivh in a couple of games throughout this tournament and also before. So let's see if the blue team can fight back here, put a point on the scoreboard, and start maybe a reverse sweep. Seen plenty of those lately. And Nubarak with a Beetle build. Like, what is this? It's meme time, apparently. So, Beetles set up here on level 1. I mean, if you're only thinking about rotating around and going for that, then hey, by all means. But right now, they're trying for the engage. They have again this setup with the Nubarak plus Greymane, and it works right away as they get the kill against Jimmy. Part of it is, of course, also that we're looking at Stukov as a follow-up. So every single time you want to go for a lineup where you have a Nubarak, you normally want to have a damage dealer that can do some burst damage, and that's where a Nubarak comes in play. Sorry, where Greymane comes in play. And in addition to that, you want to have a support that kind of can lock the target down a little bit. So good targets or good heroes in the past to fill that role. With Tyrande, Malfurion was oftentimes used with this setup. And in addition to that, what we're seeing now is, of course, Stukov, who after level 13 can also provide an additional stun, or a root at least. And yeah, so it's a pretty neat setup if you can engage that way. It's not going to be easy, though, against the Howling Blast of Arthas, just him with the lockdown, the shields that we're getting from Medivh, plus also the Tyrael, who can provide a sanctification. So these coordinated attacks are going to be a bit more difficult to really pull off against what's played by Team ZENON. So they have a really good draft to play around this. Now the teams are of course going for their bruiser camps again. So we have seen the Siege Giant at the bottom taken by High Pew Pew. Team ZENON is actually doing it just now. And off we go to the top lane. Yeah, at this point still the Underking though want to go for the full engage here. A little bit more of a spin to win setup. And talking about a Nubarak, Halcyon is actually a bit in trouble at the bottom of the map. Gets attacked, but is able to move out. They're gonna take the Siege Giants down pretty quickly though, and Jimmy is already attempting to rotate towards the top. Since Sylvanas is pushing with the rest of the team and the Bruiser camp, someone needs to, because this is gonna fall very, very quickly if nobody takes care of it. And X-Ray and Arthas are definitely not enough to slow this down. 15 stacks for Medivh, so he's trying to get, of course, the baseline completed. Kelvin in trouble, and there's the kill. The portal, not really what he wanted there, also the wrong direction. Not really one that helps him to escape here, but this is it. This is a quick kill, and with that, we're now going for a follow-up, since the blue team is trying to carry the momentum deep into the base of Team ZENON. Guys, I don't know what to say, but they're going to take this fort. And that's huge. That is really, really big. If you can take a fort down this early in the game, you're in a fantastic position, since you are going to trade positively on pretty much any temple if you're trading structures. So there is, of course, still that Siege Giant camp at the bottom that at least attacks the wall here, but that's not even comparable. So this is a great start, a fantastic start for High Pew Pew. if the goal is to bring the first point onto the scoreboard here. So, yeah. Let's see, how much more can they actually do here? That temple is completely locked down, up to the top. Yeah, it's a bit more of a fight now. Still more or less an even battle between the two here. Kelvin is coming in. Okay, the attacks against Svamgrota. Greyman has to be a bit cautious. Blank also rather low. Spin to win to save the day. Ultralisk farming for a few additional stacks and barely makes it out as Greyman wants to go for his throat. And Sylvanas, during all of this, is still sitting in the middle, trying to get the next few shots here secured, which would then, of course, allow them to take maybe even the fort in the mid lane down. I mean, again, they are in a fantastic position right now. In a really good spot. The rotation is coming, though. Team ZENON is trying to at least fight back a bit, and they are taking the remaining shots. But you look at the minimap, and it paints a very clear picture. High Pew Pew has taken a significant lead. Not only a 2-0 lead in kills, but also nearly a level ahead over their opponent. With level 7 talents, we now have the Underking setup, complemented by the Subterranean Shield for Anubarak. And, of course, as usual, the Swift Retribution right here. Yeah, and the attack over to the left side, happening as we speak. Trying to go for the Siege Giants, trying to push those through. 3 versus 3 at the bottom of the map right now, as the teams are both heading in for it. And, well, let's check that out. The attack is coming. House is already getting pushed back, but we are still Gucci. If this continues, the red team is just going to lose another fort. Sylvanas is here, Greyman too. If the two of them get onto the fort, it's just toast. That losing that fountain alone is already a disaster, because for the second objective, that's usually, I mean, your lifeline. Then again, they're already a level behind, so they will go up against level 10 abilities regardless. But this is a really good game for High People. This is looking fantastic for them, honestly. It's looking extremely solid right now, and it will be very difficult for Team ZENON to come back into this, if it's possible at all. Now, they take their camps, they cover their bases, they can go for the Bruiser camp here too, but they will have to play a lot more defensive, considering that they are just falling farther and farther behind, especially since level 10 will give incredible macro control to High Pew Pew here. So, with level 10, I don't really think we're going to see him play for boss just yet, but theoretically they could even make that attempt. Especially since they now have Cocoon too. Camps are taken for both teams. Tira is already sitting tight over here. We got the shove. We got also the go for the throat. And teams are starting to do their thing more so towards the mid lane. As we might have a bit of a lockdown blank. And yeah, spin to win, baby. He is able to get out. No big problem for him to escape all of this. So that's already neat. But now that the blue team is rotating towards the bottom of the map, there's not really a doubt that they are going to make their play for the temple. They already have with Sylvanas, and since she's sitting tight here, the minion wave is also escorting this in. This is going to be another one. They're going to lose another fort. This is all the forts eliminated. I mean, guys, seriously. Like, all the forts down on the red team side, and the blue team still has every single one of them. This is a total disaster. Rhaegar is going for Bloodlust, by the way, but they need teamfight victories right now. And they need them soon. There's the Bloodlust, there's the Sanctification, and they're going for it. They need the win, and they need it quickly. The blue team has only 3 heroes up at the top. They're definitely going to lose Blank. Sonya doesn't get out of this one. But Greyman is pushing, Sylvanas is pushing. They're trying to get it with the portal. They're moving in for Anubarak. They can't get him. 29 stacks currently for Medivh. But the bot lane has been eliminated, and as I keep saying, if you are ahead in structures, you can at some point just simply trade temples whenever the objective spawns against your opponent, and you will come out ahead. So I think Team ZENON at some point will make a bit of a YOLO move at the boss. They have to wait for Sanctification before that happens, but if they want to force a fight, that's the best way to do it. Now, of course, it comes at a cost, but you can definitely try and make it happen. That might be something that we're going to see from them in the long run. And it's probably going to be their only chance, unless they get some isolation kills, which would be pretty neat for them too. We'll see. They're already just trying to jump in here. Yeah, off we go, stealing the camp away. Like, this is a dynamic that you can actually observe right now. The Blue team doesn't want to fight anymore because they don't have their level 13 talents yet. So they have absolutely zero reason to try and fight for this. But here's the fight at the boss. Blue team wants to wait for 13, but they have to deal with the boss too. And right now they have a choice of letting it slide because they're saying, hey, it's only 8 minutes in. Here we go. Tyrael gets cocooned. Cocoon is there. There's the silence. And it's... they take it. They actually take it. I thought it was stolen away, but they got it. They got it. And do they get some kills? The shove saving Greymane. The fight isn't over though. And Nubarak down. Sylvanas dead. Rhaegar dead. 2-for-1 trade. And they're going for Blank. They're going for Sonya. And they're going to get another one, aren't they? Medivh with 35 stacks now. 3 kills and the boss. That's their reward. It's the only real play that they could make here. And that's exactly what they're doing. So it's still 3 kills against 4. 13 versus 13. But at least they are able to set themselves up for a bit of damage, because let's just face this for a moment. They were completely getting rolled throughout this entire game. They're still heavily behind in structures, of course. But we'll see if they have maybe an opportunity to make a bit more happen as all of this is ongoing. The bottom 4 is at least attacked. They're trying to get a temple now in the middle. Team ZENON with the attempt to fight back as much as they can. But it will not be easy. Unless they can get a few more kills in. That has to be the goal at the end of the day. Trying to get these kills connected right now. And the blue team is much more willing to fight at this point. 13 talents are ready for both of the teams. The damage output, Jimmy, 20,000 for Team ZENON. 27,000 for Sonya. And, well, here we go. The rotation down to the bottom. I'm a little bit weirded out by the fact that they didn't just try to trade temples in the first place, because, as I said, they are so far ahead in structures that going for an early trade on temples would have been absolutely possible for them. So that would have been an option. Instead, they now let the red team soak the temple in the middle, and now it's going to be another fight over the temple at the bottom. So if they just want to get ahead in structures and potentially take a few of those keep downs, an even exchange would have been a little bit better for them. Or just posturing around the middle looking for a fight, but keeping at least one hero at the bottom. They didn't do that. Instead, they give up the second temple too, and now make their move for the bottom of the map in an attempt to... sorry, for the top of the map in an attempt to push this out. I'm not sure I like this. Guys, we went from a 3-fort advantage to even structures on the map. Top fort is now getting destroyed in just a moment. Rhaegar's actually not getting the last few shots. Could have taken the fort down, but it's now pretty even in structures on the map. There is still, don't get me wrong, there's still a lead for high pew pew. But it is so much less than what they had previously. So I'm not so sure about this here. This is getting a little bit weird. I think those decisions that you just recently made were not really the best. But again, time will tell how this is going to pan out. Of course, there's still a couple of shots left down here at the bottom. That's the ones that they're ahead at right now. Medivh is the one to move in first. Medivh is not done yet with the baseline, so he has to be careful that he doesn't get killed. Arthas is the one taking it. But as I said previously, top fort is now also eliminated, and they're starting to attack the bottom of the map now too. So this is a bit of a strange one. Yeah, Jimmy at the top right is still taking the wave, has been playing a bit careful since he didn't know where the opponent was positioned. There's a level 16 talent advantage now for Team ZENON. So there's that, they're still a bit ahead. And they're taking, therefore, the bottom bell tower over. So, sorry, not the bell tower, the temple over. So they have some shots fired against the keep. But this is much more even than it was previously. The big, in structures. The big difference is the experience lead. And this one is, of course, very significant since it's 1.5 levels and it gives them level 16 talents. So not something that we should disregard here. But at least in structures, Team ZENON has caught up. So it will likely come down to another team fight. And theoretically, boss is going to be up by the time that both teams have level 16 talents. So if you're afraid that the other team hits level 20 before you do, and will then lock it in easily, we might just see another forced fight around the boss. For now, the rest of the camps are pretty much up for grabs on the map. So they're already starting to take this. We have now also level 16 about to drop for Team ZENON, so that's another thing where they can equalize the score a little bit. Yeah, 22,000 damage for Jimmy, 27,000 for Sonya. Okay, Paint Him Red is in. And there's the push, as Arthas has shown topside, trying to deal with the Bruiser camp. So this is the attempt to take the first keep down. And they might be able to pull that off. Sylvanas is already disabling it. Holding ground is in. Leyline, 4-man Leyline setup, and Arthas misses the Howling Blast. Congratulations. But they're still trying to jump in, trying to force the fight. Also, Sanctification is out as they're making the play for Sonya. Holy Ground is cordoning them off, and that's a kill against Dukov. Tyrael dies, gets a little bit of explosion value, and the doggy comes in for the kill. And Nubarak is down, and they're going to lose more. But Arthas is also likely going to fall. Arthas down, Greymane down, quest completed. They're going for Blank. And there it is. The kill against him. And Sylvanas is going to die too. 5-man team white, ladies and gentlemen. The boss is up. Experience is pretty much even. Top keep gets attacked. Tyrael is back in a second. He should be able to help it out. And once the boss is taken, they can actually just move straight over to those two Templars if they want to go for the channel. But this game is wide open. This game is all of a sudden wide open. So they're starting to go to the top. As the first one that they are channeling through, this one is going to attack the middle. Not going to take the keep down since the entire wall is still intact. We're looking up to the top, similar picture, but all the structures are going to be severely damaged now. 9 kills against 4, and it is a I mean, it's an insane turnaround, honestly. Given the early game, High Pew Pew should be so far in the lead. And boss is being ignored. They're actually ignoring the boss. Sonya and Greymane are finally making their way down to the bottom of the map, but the rest of the team is trying to posture in the middle. Well, good luck with that. We have the rest of Team ZENON already moving in to try and see if they can maybe get a kill here. Don't forget, they are in the lead. They have a 2-0. This is the best of 5. If ZENON takes Sky Temple, then they crown themselves the champion of the Mythical Championship. And they're the winner of the tournament. And High Pew Pew would be second place, aka first loser. So this is getting dangerous. As you see, all the keeps have taken damage. Keep in the bottom, keep in the middle, and keep at the top is taking damage as we speak. All of them are still in play. But with another altar, another temple, first keeps would fall. And they have the early 20. Or they will. Team ZENON is now ahead. But this is actually starting to get a bit crazy. And as I said, we have still 3 minutes 30 for the boss, so we're not going to see any YOLO moves over here. 20 is... I mean, it's not going to be a massive lead or anything. They have a few seconds. I don't think they can force a fight during that. They're not setting themselves up for it either. It's not like they're already posturing topside. But now we're looking at level 20 talents. That gives us Medivh cheats. We know. And Gladiator's Washout is in too. So that is going to make those fights quite interesting. And they're coming to the top and saying, like, guys, why don't we fight here? There's double catapult and there's a camp in. Yeah, and here's the fight. So they're starting to posture, but 20 should be ready for the blue team. But this is going to be one of the most deciding fights. If that ult on Rhaegar comes in and they are able to get some momentum and a kill, then this game's over. This could be it. Here's Team ZENON with the attempt to finish the series, to make it a 3-0. Blue team is coming in with a big spear from Sonya again. Jumps to the front. No ult from Rhaegar just yet. Where's that washout when you need it? Where is that Bloodlust? And there's the Sanctification. Bloodlust being used, and here we go. They're starting to jump in. Tyrael again, trying to cordon them off. Medivh is cheating as usual. The ley line is hitting 3. They're trying to burn the beetle down, and Nubarak is dead. Halcyon is down 5 versus 4. But they're starting to fall back. Mid lane pushing, bot lane pushing. Also, Templar up at the top, and now we're 16 minutes in. Those catapults start to hurt. So on all the lanes, we're seeing pressure now. And if they go for the top temple, if they get this one, then first attack is going to be against the top keep. This is going to fall. Second attack is going to be against the one in the middle, which is also going to fall. So if they channel the entire thing, the 2 keeps are gone, and they have a chance to even eliminate the one at the bottom of the map. This is going to hurt a lot. All of a sudden, we're talking about High Pew Pew falling massively behind here. And how are they going to play with this? That's the bigger question. First one down. This one is going to fall on Sul TM. Bit of an aggressive move here in the middle, as they're trying to make their play. But, yep, another keep is down. Let's see how many shots are left. I mean, roughly half. Guys, I don't know what to say, but they're going to lose every single keep now. They're losing every single keep. This one is going to fall too. As you can see, way too many shots left. Even the core is going to take some hits. I don't think they can burn through the shield, but the core is going to take some hits too. At this point, if you're High Pew Pew, the only thing that you can do is you go full YOLO. The only thing you can do is just YOLO the shit out of it. You take your lane and you just go. If you play the long game now and another temple spawns, you're fucked. You can't do that. You can maybe try to wait for the boss and then YOLO on the boss, but outside of that, you need a fight, and you need it quickly. Because those lanes are pushing against you. There's catapults with every single wave. And the next temple is gonna kill you. So here's the engage. Oh, it's a trap! Gets cordoned off by the holy ground again. The jump down to the bottom as they're trying to go for Rhaegar. X-Ray's in trouble and gets saved by Medivh. Medivh cheating as usual. Goes straight up for the Bloodlust as well. Nicely done. And, well, here comes the ley line setup again. Hitting 2, hitting 3. They go for Blank and he is dead. Blank is dead. They try and drop a Nubarak. They go for Halcyon. He is trying to jump out here. MXT on his Stukov is attempting to at least silence them. But nope, that's the two frontliners gone. They're getting the kill against Greymane and up towards the mid lane. This is going to be the end of at least Stukov. And therefore the end of the game. Bottom keep has at least fallen. The Siege Giants have done their job. But of course, it doesn't matter anymore. That's a 5-man wipe right here. And this is going to be the end of the series, ladies and gentlemen. After a 2-0 lead and a big problem on the final map, Team ZENON, they turn it around, they make the comeback happen on map 3 on Sky Temple, and they take the victory against HiPewPew in the grand final of the Mythical Championship, crowning themselves the champion of the Division 1 season of HeroesLounge.gg. Congratulations, really well played here and an impressive comeback on the third map of this best of 5 series. GG, well played.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.